You know, Charlie Sheen makes a cameo in this movie. I gotta say, being Charlie Sheen, best sequel ever. Make it happen, Hollywood. Hello and welcome to my review of Being John Malkovich, starring John Cusack, Cameron Diaz, Catherine Keener, and of course, John Malkovich. Wow, how do I describe the plot to this movie? Wow. This is so weird. Oh my god, it's driving me insane! Wait, the camera was on for that, huh? You guys didn't see that? Nothing to see here. Just me, being me, you know, me. Hello. Being John Malkovich centers on Craig Schwartz, played by John Cusack, a puppeteer living a fairly unsatisfactory life with his animal-loving wife. There's a Dr. Seuss rhyme right there. Lottie, played by Cameron Diaz. He finds himself needing a job, and he ends up working at this building with this floor, the 7.5 floor. Don't ask questions why there's a 7.5 floor. Pretty much any questions at all, or we'll be here all day. But anyways, on this 7.5 floor, he not only meets a woman that he becomes infatuated with named Maxine, played by Catherine Keener, but somehow manages to find a portal into the actor John Malkovich's mind. And believe you me, does it get weirder and weirder from there. Alright guys, I gotta say, I just kind of rouletted this movie out of my Netflix instant queue last night, but I gotta say, this is one of the most original pieces of filmmaking I've seen in a long time. This movie is absolutely gonzo, and I love every single minute of it. Well, what works in this movie? First and foremost, we have the incredible cast. Now, besides John Malkovich, who we'll get to in a second, I've never thought of the three leads, John Cusack, Cameron Diaz, or Catherine Keener, to be especially great actors until this film. Each of them stretches way beyond their comfort zones and way beyond anything I thought they were capable of before. Cusack gives an extraordinary performance here. From the minute you see him and you see that blank look in his eyes, you know something's off with him, and he plays it to a T. Catherine Keener is very solid and actually is pretty sexy as Maxine. But the real breakout here, I never thought I'd say this about a film, is Cameron Diaz. Man, she really bunkered down for this role. This is Cameron Diaz like you've never seen her before. It's not only a great physical change from her, but also her emotional lengths in this movie, because her character, without giving too much away, is going through a complete emotional flip. And she does it effortlessly. I feel like this movie, Catherine Keener was nominated for Best Supporting Actress for this film, and I really thought Diaz should have gotten a nomination as well, because Cameron Diaz in this movie is really a revelation, and I'm never going to consider Cameron Diaz to be a below-average actress again. Also in this film, we have the legendary John Malkovich as himself, giving an, as always, spectacularly weird performance. Also, really working in this movie is the excellent screenplay by the fantastic writer Charlie Kaufman, who also wrote Adaptation, which is excellent, and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which I plan on seeing really, really soon. And his script is just deliciously weird. It just goes in all sorts of different directions. It's just, this movie is nothing you'd expect from a film. It's just not a conventional Hollywood movie at all, and it's so refreshing to see a movie where you honestly and genuinely have absolutely no idea where the thing is going. It's one of the most unpredictable movies I've seen for a long time, and you can give Kaufman great credit for that. Behind the camera, we have Spike Jonze, who's had quite an up and down career with me. He's directed this and Adaptation, which I thought were both great, as well as Where the Wild Things Are, which, for those people who have followed my channel from the beginning already know, not a fan of at all. But after seeing Adaptation and this, I gotta say, this guy is a pretty good director who must have just took a misstep with Wild Things, because his visual style behind the camera is undoubtedly very, very cool, and he's great with actors, and he really just builds this aura of weirdness throughout the entire film that you can just feel. There's never a shot in this movie where things feel exactly normal, and Jonze can absolutely be credited to that. Also, this movie has one of the best final scenes that you will ever see in a movie. My one issue with this movie is that it just could have been a little shorter. In the middle, it starts to kind of spin its wheels a little bit. You kind of get accustomed to what's happening. And if the movie had just been an hour and 40 minutes and just been a straight shot to the end, this movie would have just been perfect. But as it is, it's just there's a slight pacing drop in the middle. But overall, Being John Malkovich is everything I like to see from a film. It's weird as hell, it's beautifully acted, and it's just very original, and I liked everything about it, and I'm going to give it 3.5 stars out of 4. Now for my next review, you have a choice. I just got Pulp Fiction in from Netflix, or I could review Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which I have in my Roku Instant Netflix thingy. So tell me which one of those movies you prefer for me to review. I'm going to do both, but which one would you want to see first? And that was my review of Being John Malkovich. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. And until next time, I'm Movie Kid Mike, making sure your time is worth your money.